This is the studio from where I painted the illustrations for The Boy and the Boy King. It's located high atop the mountains in upstate New York. This is the porch from where my co-creator Arthur LeBeau and I dreamed up the story and came up with some of the very best lines in the text. People always ask how I create the illustrations, and as you can see, technically they start with a pencil sketch. But in reality, there is much more of an alchemical process. I spend time with the subject matter, in this case my son Arthur and his stuffed rabbit, Bun Bun. I observe them for many, many months, taking photographs, doing sketches, and then eventually the painting arrives. But the most important question isn't how I create the paintings, it's from where do they come? The answer in short is everyday life. Take this picture of the main character, the boy swinging over the Nile. It happened because my co-author Arthur LeBeau saw a photo of my son swinging across the river. "There's your next illustration," he said. "It's timeless." And so I painted Arthur with the backdrop of the Nile and the Great Pyramids behind him. It doesn't matter that the book is set 3,000 years ago. This is the timelessness and the majesty of boyhood. In childhood, there's a kind of immortality where time seems to stop and boyhood never ends. Every boy is a king, a boy king. This illustration certainly comes from my experience. When I was in my 20s, I lived with a Bedouin tribe for many months. And whilst I was in Arabia, I was the court painter to the Sultan of Oman. Here are some of the photographs from that period. There's no doubt that the visual poetry of the desert landscape informed my reality as well as my dreams, and shaped the illustrations for The Boy and the Boy King. Which gets back to the question of where do the illustrations come from? Sometimes they appear literally from a dream, as this one did of the painting of the Sphinx falling asleep like a puppy dog. The dream came to me because the images of the desert had been long imprinted upon my spirit and imagination in this life and from past lives, which is precisely what The Boy and the Boy King is about. It's a rumination on imagination, friendship, and the journey of the soul, on what happens when your best friend and your soulmate is your imagination. And again, its very essence is about the majesty of childhood and the fact that two boys from very different time zones can instantly play together, and perhaps because no one has told them otherwise, they can wage peace instead of war. That's what we'd like our readers to take away from this book, The Boy and the Boy King.